Hello, good morning, good morning. My name is Daddy Chris from SRTV Desk, London. Today is a great day in the history of our broadcast. This is what we do. We kind of bring you the Nigerian news to the rest of the world. And on the show today, we're going to look at very critical issues as we review the newspapers. We're going to look at some of the trending issues in the country. We are aware, we've been aware for the past few days that a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria reported a story of, they call it padding. And I can tell you that issue has been trashed. Thank God somebody like Falana might be raising it up today. We'll look at that in some of the newspapers. But dominating the papers today is actually the burial of our slain soldiers. Sad, that's what it is. But right now, right here, I have my guests, I have my people and my team. We don't do it alone in London. We have the people foot on the ground in Nigeria. As usual, we have Abuja. Abuja is said they always have it. They know how to team up. Hey, Abuja ladies, how you doing?
Fine. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
You guys don't seem so excited. What's going on? When women are sad, it's a danger thing, you know. Eh? How is Wicked treating you guys?
Well, okay. I guess we're fine here. I'm fine,
So
sir.
would you say Abuja is we are cool in Abuja, right?
Yes, we are. The weather is not as hot as it used to be. So for me, I feel like it's getting better.
Anyway, we're going to come back to the political scenario in Abuja shortly, but let's quickly connect with Delta. Delta, Princess, how you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning, sir.
Morning. Like I said, the newspaper, the headlines is the burial of our slain soldiers, which has something to do with Delta State. How are you taking that in?
What can we do? The only thing we do is to condole with the family, especially the widows and the children that are now fatherless. We have 27 of them and 10 widows, and of course, 4 of them are pregnant as well. And so it's really a sad event. We condole with them, and of course, their family and the Nigerian military. While we're still urging on the government as well to do what they have to do to, unmask the faces of these uh, killers. But it's quite sad. It's been sad, and it's been, of course, it's not unexpected that that's going to be a topical news today. The funeral services of these slain soldiers. So it's quite expected that that's one of the things we're going to be seeing on the news today. But in all, we condole with the families.
Thank you very much. Yes, it's a time to condole with the families. It's a difficult time. It's a difficult time. And I look at some of the headlines and it's depressing. It is what we have to deal with today. It's not only today. The president has vowed that he's going to bring the killers to justice. But I'm surprised that a king has been declared wanted. I mean, it's on the social media. I don't know how true that is, Princess. I mean, king and 6 other persons or 5 other persons have been declared wanted.
Okay, I haven't seen any, I haven't heard anything like that here. And even
Okay.
when I called this morning, because I have the head of securities here, I always talk to. He did not confirm that. So just maybe when I have that full details, I'll brief the house on that.
Amazing. Other than that, Governor Bodiwari is doing well, right? Because it's like he has it's a difficult time for him. Let's be sincere, let's be frank. I think we've got to be sorry for the governor. It's a very difficult time. There's nothing he can do. The military are angry. He has his people to handle. He has to play in between. He has the people are his people, and there's the Nigerian military, which is also owes a duty of care. So how is the governor actually dealing with this? I mean, on a personal note. Please, I don't know whether you can hear me well because I can hear some noise coming from. one part of this. That be, where is it coming from?
It's not from here, sir.
Princess, can you check your sound?
Hello, sir.
Yes, can you hear? You cannot hear me well because I just spoke. It's like your sound. There's some issues with your sound. Yes. So while we're waiting for Princess to correct some of the anomalies with the sound, you all heard it loud and clear. We're going to be sharing some of these images with you shortly. It's a sad day that 17 Nigerian soldiers, I think about 17 of them, if I'm right, were killed on a peacekeeping mission in Okwama, a community in Delta State. The issue has been going on. Of course, the military have been angry. A lot of reprisal, killings here and there. We don't know where to go from here. One will expect that the federal government will treat this with a lot of caution, because at the end of the day, the president of Nigeria also owe a duty of care to the innocent people in Okwama. Yes, the military are dead, but you still owe a duty of care to the innocent people. I'm not talking of those who committed this crime. And in situations like this, you try to be very careful how you approach the issue. Now, news reaching us still saying that nobody can access the community. Community is still in siege, which is understandable. But what happens to the innocent people? They are in the bush, scared. Nobody is receiving them. No water, no food. That is disturbing. But we'll be looking at all that in the course of this broadcast. But before we get there, let us quickly look at some of the newspapers, because that is where it is today. I was looking at Punch, and Punch, we always do the right thing. We do the normal thing. I won't say the normal thing, the right thing. I call it the normal thing. And so I think, as usual, my guests love to punch it. And I said, today we're going to quickly go into the newspaper review by looking at Punch. Can we do that, guys?
I just feel like we should deviate from Punch this morning.
Okay.
And just look at the Guardian first.
Guardian first. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so the big story on the Guardian this morning says 2023 election expenses.
Young lady, before you go on, let me just quickly add our guest for today. His name is Dr. Kehinde Priest Tiger. He's an activist, and I know him. I know him very well. Tiger will be joining us. Let me just quickly add Tiger to the show. Hello, Tiger. Dr. Tiger, good morning. Good morning, Dr. Tiger. Can you hear us?
Good morning.
Yes. It's good to have you on the show, because we are here helpless. We're wondering what is going on in Delta State. The killing us. How are you people coping? So how are you people coping in Delta State?
So how's everything going?
Yeah. I think I'm having some sound issue. Can you hear me? No, that's not good. It's like, Princess, can you hear me now? No, now we cannot hear you, Princess. Abuja, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so
I can hear you, sir.
Oh, you can hear me. Tiger, can you hear me? Okay. Yes, let's give you some volume. It's an exciting show. We know people are dead, but it's an exciting day. But I want Tiger to just give us the situation report before we go into the newspaper review. Tiger, what is happening currently in Delta State as per the Okwama community?
The issue now, what is happening now, you know, Okwama was raised down based on the incident of those military persons that were killed, and the military are still besieging the Okwama community as it is now. Okwama community become an history currently, and all the communities, all the citizens in that community have run into desert. So they are all refugees currently, and nobody knows anything about it. They are all refugees. All Okwama people are refugees.
Yes.
And they are still suffering.
A refugee without any care, because I don't even think we're even given the opportunity. I personally wanted to raise some money for the innocent. Sometimes when we report this bad issue, it shows as if we don't care. We care about the soldiers, but we also care about the innocent civilians who are there. In situations like this, you look at both sides of the story.
We have to care both parties because they are hungry.
Yes.
They are all humans because the life of the soldiers are not more important than anybody's life. All human beings' lives are equal, irrespective of whatever, wherever you are from,
Yes,
irrespective
I
of your
agree.
job or not. Nobody have right to take anybody's life. That is why we call it murder, and there's a punishment to it.
It's that.
The soldier life is not more important, but we sympathize with all parties, both the military and the people of Kwama. The things happen based on the negligence of the governor because the governor attention was drawn to the matter initially when lives has not been taken, but he did nothing. So it look
Yeah,
as if the government, the governor himself and the appointees, so-called appointees that we have DG security to governor, the EA to governor peace recovery, EA to governor ADRO, all these were silent when Ukwama people wrote to the governor to say that there is crisis between.
well, I don't even want to mention the story of appointees because do they even have experience? Do they have the pedigree to? So sometimes they just appoint appointees for political convenience, you know. Well, I wanted to ask Tiger if he knows anything about the people declared wanted. We'll be looking at that in the course of the broadcast. Princess, if you can find anything, do let us know. That we do understand that some people have been declared wanted, and it will be nice to have that on today's show. But meanwhile, we are on the newspaper review, and a Blessing was giving us the headlines from Guardian. Is that right, Blessing?
Yes, sir.
So let's go.
Okay, so on the Guardian this morning, the big story says 2023 election expenses. A year after, INEC, APC, PDP, 14 others mum on financial disclosure. And that story is on page 6. Tinubu constitutes teams to revive economy. You can find that story on page 3. Ohaneze threatens to sue FG over extra state for Southeast. And that story is also on page 3. No reduction in petrol, diesel prices. NFPCL affirms. You can find that story also on page 3. Military carried out no reprisal in Okwama, other communities, says Tinubu. That story is on page 6. Hard fare hike. Kanu announces 1.4 billion naira subsidy for intending pilgrims. That story is on page 30 of the Guardian. Obi, senators absent as LP returns Abure as chairman. That story is on page 4. Police boss car theft syndicate, parade witch doctor, 25 others in Rivers. You can find that story on the Guardian on page 8. Falana issues Akpabio 7-day ultimatum to reinstate Ningi or face lawsuit. You can find that story on page 4. There's a picture here of Aliko Dangote, Sanwo-Olu, Otedola, Fatima Dangote. It says all of them were together during the Lagos flag off of Aliko Dangote Foundation National Food Intervention Program in Lagos yesterday. And you can find that story on the Pandora Panorama page of the Guardian on page 2. These are all the stories we have on the Guardian this morning.
Good morning. Good morning to everybody. That is a long one. I would like to start from the last. First, I don't want to talk. I want to talk about Dangote a little bit later, but let us look at what Falana is doing, because this thing issue, it has been trashed.
Yes.
We have a serious issue. This editor, please. We have a serious issue in our hands. A senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 3 weeks ago reported that there is some padding in the current budget. The senators were angry, they gang up against him, and he was expelled. The issue was not investigated. If the man has lied, let him face the judiciary, let him go to court. Instead, they suspended him and said, I don't know how they describe it. Princess, what would have been his offense? Because if you lie against his house, The offense is something they could take you to court and you'll be punished. We didn't see any investigation on this issue. Instead, all we saw is that, hey, for saying this, you've talked nonsense and now we're sending you out of the house, you've been suspended. Falana has thought it. Falana, of course, the voice of the voiceless, has come out today to say, hey, send this man back or we're going to take you to court. I know that's what Falana is good at is doing. Princess, what is your take on this very important issue? Because they are trashing this issue. It's a forgotten issue.
Um, like I will always say, we always have issues of padding, and over the years prior to now, we've seen that they come and go without, proper investigation. Nothing happens. They just come, and when they discuss, of course, they are the lawmakers. They are above the law. In a country like Nigeria, where we do not have the rule of law, people can easily trample upon the law, and they, of course, they get away with it. So we've been seeing that with the issues of padding over the years, but this is one of a kind because we know that Nigi has exempted himself from the crowd there, notwithstanding the threats, notwithstanding the threat of suspension or maybe whatever they would do to him. We know that when this whole thing started, there were other senators with him as well, but apparently as the fire was becoming bigger, they all had to just withdraw, leaving him standing alone, which apparently they actually expected him to say something different at the end of the day, or maybe join forces with them, but he stood alone. And we've seen that in a country like Nigeria, the truth will not set you free here, sir. We all know that. The cliche that I always call the cliche in Nigeria here, not other parts of the world, that instead of if you can't beat them, you join them. I think it's a serious thing we need to deal with. That's the case of Ningi right now. And like I said before, we know that the Okwama killings, and of course, we had another national issue. I said it here on the show that I hope these issues will not, make this very
Not
serious
bury
issue
the nigga, yes.
at the National Assembly be swept under the carpet. And that is what we've seen so far, that the issue has come and gone, is a forgotten issue, die issue. And we are even hoping that when he will be called back eventually. But I'm happy that Falana is bringing up the case. So if you want to try the man, take him to court. Let's
Yes.
know exactly what he did
What he
wrong.
did wrong.
Let's know if there are evidences or not. And of course,
Yes.
since the president said we do not understand arithmetics, maybe we should go and look for mathematicians to come and
To teach us,
explain better the
to us.
concept of that, budget, so that the ordinary Nigerians will be able to understand perfectly. And of course, sir, uh, I really do hope that he will be called back, because as well, our lawmakers have a way of, don't be surprised that other issues will arise before that time. Things that they will want to do to indict Nigi, to make sure that he's nailed properly. Of course, they are being lenient with him because they know all eyes are on this issue. And of course, Nigerians standing solidly behind, Nigi. And that is why they are taking it, lightly. If not, on the norms, we know our lawmakers, we know the senators, Akpabio, we all know Akpabio very well. I don't know about others, but I've been a reporter for a very long time, and for as far I can remember, we know Akpabio's history very, very well. And Akpabio, he will never like any person that is honest, and that is just the truth. And so I am happy that Falana has taken up this issue. We know that we had the Okwama issue. Thank God that they've been laid to rest, and of course the committee will continue with their investigation. But we also want this issue, let's revisit this issue. I said it before, I was calling on the media, I was calling on the press people to make sure that this issue is not forgotten, to make sure that we keep speaking to analysts, we keep speaking to people to revisit, bringing the issue up all the time, so that, of course, we can really get to the bottom of that issue, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Princess. Because this is the point here. It's like I know my people said there's nobody you shook if you shook your hand in somebody's ass. Smell shit now she did now it will smell. So they will definitely look for something to threaten him now. And what we're gonna be looking at in court is not what he has done before. On this particular issue, what has Nigi done wrong? If he has said anything wrong, please prosecute him. Let the due course take place. Meanwhile, Mele, let me add our new guest to the show, Princess from Edo. You are shining, young lady. How are you?
Fine, thank you, sir. Good morning.
Morning. You know, people are the latecomers. Edo. Heartbeat of the nation. You are welcome. Anyway, let's have Tiger back. Tiger is still here with us. Tiger, you're welcome back.
Thank you.
Good. Yes, we just we were just looking at the issue of taking a look at what Guardian has for us, and we look at the first headline there, which is the one that is more interesting to me. And let me be clear: if you take at the Nigerian dailies today, you find that you begin to see which of these newspapers actually understand what journalism means. You understand? And if you look at what Guardian has done, Guardian has put the most important issue at the front. But if you look at the rest, okay, I know the killing of our soldiers is important. It's been story that has been over-trashed. And we're not looking at the truth of it. Nobody's addressing that. But here, important issues that need to be addressed is what Guardian has done. So that's why we're starting with Guardian. Thank you, Blessing, for starting us with Guardian this morning. And the most important thing I think Nigeria should be asking today is, we are hungry. We had a news that a senator came out and confessed to us, he revealed to us, actually revealed that, hey, the budget, there are a lot of padding in the budget. And that issue is something that should be on the daily. Every day we should be asking them, because what they did was, hey, for saying this, you are suspended. We pay for 3 months. Who does that? If the man has committed a crime, one would have expected to take him to court and prosecute him. They didn't do that. They just suspend him. And that has been the story. Now, of course, important things has come up. Nigeria, we have important things to do. Soldiers have been killed. Hey, so let's forget about that one. That is the situation with Akpabio and the Senate. We say no. Akpabio, Falana of all people has come out this morning and warned in a very big letter to the Senate president, if you don't reinstate that man in a week's time, we're going to take you to court. I think that is what Falana is saying. I want to hear from, Tiger will have a lot to tell me here. I know. Tiger, what's your position on this?
The issue is that Nigeria is a country whereby if you review the secret of your secret, they fight you back. The Senator Ninki actually reviewed the secret of the Senate based on the issue of budget party, which the party will be chair within the importance. If you look at it when the man was talking, he said some senators are more important than some senators, and they all were elected in the platform of democracy.
Yes.
And bringing in budget party issues where money have been there, which he said that 500 million naira has been shared to senators for their constituency development, and no development that worth up to 100 million in any constituency as far as concerned, especially from the south side. Because all the senators we are sending there, all they do is just to embezzle money, do whatever they want to do without questioning them. But in the other hand of the Senate order, Senate has their own order. They have their own on how they deal with their members if there's any abnormal behavior that goes against the rules of the Senate.
Good.
But however, the Senate should also understand that the senator is being elected not by the Senate members. He's elected from his constituency and is representing his constituency. It is only his constituency that have the power. I remember a senator, I will record the name of the senator. I remember even Omagege was suspended, he went to the court and he was reinstated back. So Senate will always make their toothless bulldog backing at the initial time, which I know that Senator Nigi will be reinstated back based on the law. You can't suspend. Doesn't mean you are suspending the whole constituency that the man represented. If you say you are removing the man from his position that he was elected at the Senate floor, is different, but you cannot suspend the whole constituency not to participate in a country, a democratic system, where the whole constituency will be left out when decisions are taken. It's purely consequential. So they have to reinstate him back with immediate effect. Based on the law, they don't have that right. The Senate rule can always deal with what concerns the Senate, not what concerns the constituency where the senator is being elected from. So
And I think that is a
Senate,
good
the
point.
Senate act on their own frolic way. And when you act on your own frolic, you bear the action because they didn't act within the constitutional obligation that guided the elected senators. So they have a process they need to follow. Not to, you can suspend him of his position, but not suspending him from being a senator that he will not be at any of the Senate meeting, he will not
Yes.
represent his constituency. That one is purely consequential. It won't work.
Yeah. Thank you, Tiger. And I think that Tiger put it in a better perspective, and I can understand you. They can, if he has a position in the Senate, which you give to him, you can say, hey, you are no more
Yeah.
secretary to this or that. You can do that, but you cannot suspend the senator. He's
Represent the
representing
constituency.
people. You suspending those people from Nigeria. Is that what they're
Yes.
doing? No, that is not done. Thank you very much. And the question is, if the man has said anything wrong, if he has done anything wrong, why don't you just prosecute him? That's my own take. So because the man will open his mouth to. You know what the Senate president said? He said, "I was thinking today you'll be talking out of repentance and say you are sorry for what you've said." The guy said, "No, this is what he knew." And at the point in time, they have to mute it because they made a mistake televising that in live, allowing the press in. And I think that is what the shameful thing. But the bottom line is this matter is being trashed. Nobody's talking about it anymore. It's no more important.
You
And
know,
that is-
Nigerians are always like that. When the matter affects the general people, it will not be discussed highly or it will not be continue to be trashed. But when it affects some bourgeoisie, some persons who have recorded themselves, recognized themselves as bourgeoisie, it will continue to be televised based on news and all that and all. This is very important thing that are so much concerned the development of this country. How will the Senate pass 3.7 trillion into a budget and nobody's talking about it? That a senator reviewed the secret of the corrupt that was on that budget and the senator was suspended. It's very consequential. It's not constitutional that the Senate will be suspended, and when you suspend the Senate, you have suspended the whole constituency. So what we need to do, this is a matter that is very important that we need to be discussing on social media, on all newspaper review, but today because the senators who are those people who the owners of most of those newspapers are close to the senators. So if they are close to them, some of those issues will not be reviewed in the newspaper. It is only you people that can keep saying it. You stand for the truth.
Anyway, that's a good one. But we can hear some noise coming from somewhere. I don't know whether somebody's knocking anything in your area.
No. It's not from me.
Okay. I'm going to have Princess from Edo. Listen, the headline of Guardian, I want to relate it to what you're doing. The headline is, after 1 year, the president has been in office for almost a year now, because it's going to be May soon. It's now they are addressing the issue of the disclosure as how much they spent. I don't know whether Edo current situation, you people are looking at that, because I know the governorship race is on in Edo State. Do you people care how much you spend, who is spending what, and so that the result will reflect the will of the people, not the will of the money? How are you people addressing that? That way, tell us what is going on in Edo, governorship wise, because that is always an interest we want to know. Update us.
Yeah, governorship wise, our governor Obaseki, he does this program because Alawudao Summit, where he tells people what he has done for the past 1 year. So he does that every time. It's like his stewardship. He does it every time, But even if they tell us how much they have spent or how much they have not spent, I don't know if there's anything we can do about it.
I'm actually thinking of how much they spent during the election, because what is going on is that in an election in Nigeria, you can spend billions without us, and the implication is if they spend that money, they're going to take it back. You understand? They're going to take it back, and that's why when they get to office, you see this senator party now, they're paying debts. They're paying debts. This party will be coming from the debts they owe during the election. So we don't want them to borrow. That's why it is important they disclose where the money is coming from. And you can't just spend blindly. Where on earth do you do that? And the question I'm asking, now we have an election, because we cannot correct one of the federal government. They've done that. Tinubu and others, they spend what they want. They spend themselves into the office. How are you people in Edo State making sure that the current election, the new one, They are not spending themselves into the office as the will of the people that will bring them to office.
I don't think we have control over that. I
Right.
don't think we have control over that. Nobody's asking. Nobody's asking. Nobody has ever asked where they got the money from. If they need to share money, they will not. The people collecting the money will not ask you where you are getting the money from. They just collect it.
But you don't
So
collect. So
they just
So at
collect
the
it.
end
So
of the
they
day,
are not asking.
but this will continue because if these people spend their way into the office, they're going to spend their money out of the office. That's how it's going to be. They're going to spend their money out of the office because they're going to pay their debts. So it's okay. If I want to run an election, I better go and owe money because if I spend my money in, I'm going to get the money and pay back. That's what they believe, and that's why we have this padding. And we don't know how many padding is happening within the states and all. We just want to pray that they don't pad us out of the country. Well, let's take it. Let's just by the way, and I really want us to look at the Guardian properly this morning, right? Well, the I'm going to bring this now to Tiger, Dr. Tiger.
I'm with you.
They said the military carried out no reprisal in Ukwama, other communities, says Tinubu. This is what the president is saying.
Yes. You know, the reprisal that was done by the military personnel is purely consequential. It's increased democracy. That is, we see it as a jungle justice. Just like when somebody, most of those that is happening in the society where they caught criminals, they will just burn them down. That is jungle justice. It's not accepted in a democratic system where we have constitution that guided every rules and regulation of every citizens of this nation. Even the military personnel also have a rule that governs them. They didn't respect fundamental human rights and whatever it was. Even why can you allow the sin of the few to devour on a crowd of the community? It's purely consequential. So it wasn't fair that the reprisal of the military went there to destroy Ukwama. It's just like a setup that some group of person was expecting that when such incident happened in Ukwama, then Ukwama will be raised down. So they achieved their plot where the military actually raised down the Ukwama community, that reprisal. And I keep saying this, that it was the negligence of the governor that led to all these incidents that happened in Ukwama. Because initially, the Ukwama wrote to governor, they wrote twice. I'm aware of the letter they wrote. They communicated me then when killing life has not been lost, that they are having crisis, they need intervention of the governor so that they can be peace. That the governor on his own magnanimities did not care, does not show concern. Even some of those so-called appointees, EA to governor of peace, EA to governor of security and all that, none of them could even intervene on that matter at the earlier time until lives were being lost. And if you look at the social media, every person that is reacting to that killing, they are only talking about the military. We are condolence to the military, Nigerian military, condolence to Nigerian military. Nobody is even saying condolence to the people of Ukwama, because a lot of persons who are innocent have lost their lives, have lost property and all that. The community has become blazer. So as it is now, it is very important in a democratic system that the houses that were burned down in Ukwama should be built by the state and the federal government and return those people back to their community. I read on paper that those who carry out the action in murdering the military personnel, their face and their pictures have been published and they have been declared wanted. However,
Yes.
if those people have been declared wanted, there is no need of continuities.
Yes. And that's a very big point. Hopefully, when Tiger comes back, yeah, go on, Tiger. Can he be with you?
So there is no need of continue to besiege the community when they said they have discovered those who actually carry out the actions, the killing, the murder of those soldiers. So if you have known the person that committed such a huge crime, then why are you?
All right. And then that's the question I asked Princess at the beginning of this show. That if you were aware that a king and 6 others and 5 others have been declared wanted for the killings of the soldiers in the Kwama community. If what Tiger is saying, if that is the case, why victimizing everybody? Why wiping out a community? If you know these people, go after them. Let people come back to their normal life. That is one thing. But it would be fair to the governor at this point to say that, well, the governor did said, I mean, the princess, I don't know whether I know you're on the ground, that the governor actually did call a meeting before this time of the two communities because they are all in Delta State, and they sign an accord. So it's not as if the governor has not really done anything till now.
There was no accord. I was
Okay.
aware of what I was aware. Look at what happened. When the community ruled, you know, I keep telling people, the government, that you don't start by arresting people when there are communal crises. You invite and discuss with people. You know the the cause of the crisis, not by arresting some group, some parts, and because some of the persons that close to the governor, when they were invited, you know, some persons were arrested and they were looking for some persons. So the issue is that what I actually expected from the governor then, they would have invited all the leaders then to a peaceful talk. Then they would have provided solution to that communal crisis. And however, the military movement who said they went for peace, there is no constitutional obligation that is then on the military personnel to go on a peaceful talk without Nigeria police, without informing other security agents. It seems as if it was a plot. I am saying it without fear or favor. I keep saying it. That the military, what they did there, shows that the military are disappointed to this country. The military does not have a constitutional power to dive into peace talk on a communal crisis. It is the Nigeria police that are enforced to invite and to discuss. The military cannot prosecute. They only prosecute themselves, the military personnel, not civilians who are.
Our network will be stabilized. For those of you just joining us, this is Wake Up Nigeria. On SRTV, we're doing what we do best. We're looking at the military invasion in. I'll call it a military invasion in Okwama, because
Yes.
on a good day, militaries don't have the experience of brokering peace. I don't understand. I don't know why the police are not involved. But I didn't want to look at what we are today. Yes, where we are today, Princess Edo, where we are now. The president has come out to say there was no reprisal, or there is none. Is he living in denial? Is he ashamed that this action, because definitely somebody ordered that they should go back and deal with these people? Is the president ashamed, or they are in denial that what they did is wrong? Because why would the president say there's no reprisal when we can see community burnt down, people dead? Is he not aware of all these images?
I'm sure he is, and he's being political about it. He's trying to say that the report that was given to him, submitted to him by the military, probably says there was no reprisal. So he's looking, he's making the statement from a textbook scenario.
Singing that anthem, singing a new anthem with them, the military anthem.
Yeah. The report, he probably is talking from the point that the report that was given to him, from the report given to me, there was no reprisal attack. So probably that's what he's saying.
But it should have been clear. I say from the report, there's none. Anyway, but
because there's no way. It is as clear as white and black. So the only way one can phantom that statement, or one can try to accommodate that statement in the sphere of reason, is that maybe there's something before it, like from the reports given to me, there is no reprisal attack. Because apart from that, there's no way that statement can conform into what we saw, what people are crying about. I'm just trying to reason, as in to put it into context ahead.
Yes.
Because the only way that statement can make sense in the sphere of human reasoning is that from the reports given to me, there's no reprisal attack. Else,
Princess have defended our president very well here, and I want to thank Princess for that wonderful defense. That the president is saying, it's not saying that there was no reprisal. I said from the report, that's a book where they give me. This is what the book is saying. If not on a good day, there is, but I cannot from the book. President, is that what you mean? Maybe you can correct that in your next speech, so that we know the truth. Maybe President will correct that, so that we'll be at peace. You know, saying the international community are watching. You know, the way we kill our own people. This is shameful. It's our own people we're talking about. These are your own people. They're your subjects. They're your citizens. That you order the killing of innocent people in your own people as a president. It's shameful. And that is not, there's nowhere in the world where people are going to clap for you for doing that. Perhaps that's why they're living in denial. Or, like Princess Riley said, from the report given to the president, there was no reprisal. Let us live with that. Anyway, just because so that we can go on with what we have, because the papers are quite, we have a lot going on today. And I'm happy we are looking at it. But I'm going to leave this with Princess. Princess, you are back. Well done. Dangote of all people has launched a foundation. We should be clapping for him and thanking him for this. You understand? And as part of this launch, I know some other people, they have it very big. Launching and it's now sharing food. We can see the beautiful faces. The governor of Lagos State is there. I mean, this is a good thing. But on this, why we're not seeing people launching foundation now that we're going to address the issue of food shortages by saying, I'm going to do this by creating farms. If you share rice today, tomorrow the rice will be finished. But if you start to produce rice, you will address the problem in detail. What do you think about that, Princess Delta? Is that the way to go? Or maybe I'm just thinking like, I'm always greedy. But this is how I think. The man has done one. I may not be satisfied with it. That's the decrease. Otherwise, Oliver Twist always ask for more. I'm saying thank you, Dangote, for this wonderful move. We are grateful. But we would have loved to see you saying, we don't want to see this again. No, I remember Nelson Mandela saying, never again in this beautiful land will there be hunger. So never again. And for never again to happen, one would have expected that people at Dangote would go into serious famine and make food available for the people. I would say, not distributing rice. That is my take. Princess, what do you say?
My son. Just before we move forward to that headline or story, let's not forget also that the president did, the military did deny a reprisal attack. So let's be clear here. The president might want to stand with what the military is saying because the military did not actually agree to, a reprisal attack or carrying out that, very gruesome killings we saw at Tacoma as well.
So
So
the
maybe
people that were
that's
killed by ghosts, the killing, the
that
burning,
was
everything, they were done by ghosts.
even though it's black and white, like Princess rightly said, but they are insisting that they are not behind that attack. And maybe that is why the president had to restate that statement that the military did not actually carry out a reprisal attack. Now, moving forward to uh, the question you asked, I've always been a party of, give them nets to fish. I'm not interested in fish. It has never been my style since I was a child. And so I also do not advise people to do the same to people. We know Dangote very well. He produces a lot of things we are eating in this country. And so if you really want to empower people, want to give out as well, I think reduction will be okay, but foundations given to people, I will always have issues with that. You can, do startup businesses, small scale businesses for people to start off from somewhere so they don't keep coming back. Because once you give somebody rice, noodles, or anything to eat, the thing will eventually finish and they will still come back. But of course, if you teach them how to fish, you give them startup, you empower them to do something. I think at that point they will just, be strong from there, and they don't have to keep coming back. And so I've never been a party to, things like that, even though because of the current economic state, it's going to help to an extent because we know the people are actually going through a lot, and whatever they see, you can see the case of Nasarawa State, the Kefi University of
Yes.
Kefi State University, yes,
Yeah.
that actually died. You can see that a lot of them I called in that school. I know a lot of people in that school. I've been making calls, and you can see a lot of them came home with just noodles. I'm not talking about the carton of the noodles. We're talking about
One part.
2 pieces, 3 pieces, one noodles. So even though the governor came out to say that he actually ordered that people should be given 2 bags of rice, maybe 1 bag, a carton of noodles. But we saw that some of the students actually went home with one pack, and this is the current state we are today. Is because of hunger in the land that will make somebody to go and fight for, just a pieces of noodles. And then I understand that at this point in time, it's crucial for people. The hunger is real, so bring a foundation also to be helping a particular set of people will go a long way. But I will always be a fan of, give them net and let them fish for themselves.
I agree with you, Princess. And I think that is a very, like I said, we're thanking Dangote for that wonderful thing, but he can do better by actually say, hey, let put it this way, this is the country we live in, and I'm happy Dangote is doing something. If 10 rich people, because what we have in Nigeria is that we have people who are too rich. If they say, hey, we're going to remove hunger from this country, they can.
That Prince, I
Princess.
disagree with you. I disagree with you. I don't
Uh,
think we should say thank you. I don't think we should say thank you. I don't think so. He's giving food, yeah, but I don't think we should say thank you. He knows what he should do. He should empower, not give food. He should empower, not
yeah,
give food. The government, federal government release palliative, state governments are releasing palliatives. He shouldn't release palliative. He shouldn't give food. He should empower. Like Princess said, that is what he should do. He shouldn't give food. When you, I'm not apologetic on this. You shouldn't give food. The point
okay,
is the fact that you give people food, you keep them poor. And when you
it's
keep
true.
them poor, when that food finish, they will go to the
They come,
market and they will
they
go
come
and
back.
buy salt. Yeah,
Yes,
no. He's not, he didn't tell you he wants to be giving food forever. He's not going to give food forever. So when
that's
he
true.
gives you food, yeah, the food he's giving you is his brand. When he gives you his branded food, he gives you his food. When the food finish, at least 70% or is a market strategy, people will go and buy his
Yes,
product in the market
yes. It's a
because the
promotional
food has
strategy. Yes,
finished.
yes.
Don't give food. Don't give food. You have cement, you have oil, you have noodles, you have rice, you have everything. Thank you. You are doing business. You are employing
I
people.
support what Princess said.
Don't give
Princess
food.
Edu said it. You are perfectly right because once you give them food, you make them lazy. You should empower them, give them something to do. Let them be hardworking. Let them do something for themselves because, like Princess Delta said, it's better to teach someone how to fish than to give the person fish because once you give the person fish, the person will expect more from you. And once you are not giving, all your present efforts will be in vain. So it's better for you to empower them. You can as well maybe bring fertilizers, farm produce, and then call intending farmers or people that are there who are finding it difficult to farm, and then bring up things, mechanized farming, it will reduce hunger, but sharing of food will increase hunger because once it's finished, they are just there. So
And me,
yeah.
my problem is actually doing this in Lagos State. Lagos State that has subsidized products and some products for people living in Lagos. Lagos State that spoke about Mama Put. Lagos State that wants to go into farm. I don't understand. I don't understand. So even if my own is, even if you want to share rice or share salt or share noodles, I think there are other communities. I'm not supporting it, but I feel like you should have done it somewhere else. Really, if you want to share, okay, me, I have agreed that you want to share food. You don't want to empower people. You want to be the only one at the top. No wahala. But at least do it in other communities. We have seen that there's so much going on in Lagos State now. There's so much. The government is trying. So there are other states who I think need this thing more.
Anyway,
If they blessing, if they do it in other states, how will it affect his business positively?
He's
If he
looking
goes
for where
and
the
sit
market
in a
is.
place where people are displaced,
The
where
market
there's
is in
war,
Lagos.
or okay, assume he takes it to this military ravaged area now and shares it. Yes, he has made an impact, But will they come and buy his product?
No.
If
Exactly.
he
The
does it in
market
Lagos State,
strategy.
the market will boom. If you want to do
Yes.
something good, do something good. If you want to give people food, go to this place where the people are being displaced and give them food. Go to the Benue
Exactly.
places. Go to those places where there are killings and where people need aid. Go and give them aid. We will call
Exactly.
it aid. Don't
Anyway,
share food in where there's market.
I
And
can't
also
agree with
also
you.
remind me, his trucks on the way that are spoiling roads, he should coerce with the federal government, to
Oh, come
do
on.
good roads,
Let's not
because
put Dangote. Hold on, prosecute him and pass there. Okay. Well, I like that. I agree with him. Dangote, you've heard what the women are saying. That if you don't, in fact, it's insulting to begin to give somebody, I call it toffee ideology. You know, when you give somebody a ideology, you're giving us sugar. Sugar is killing us today. Give us bitter leaf so that we'll go and farm. You know, when you give us bitter leaf, we go to work and then we'll get our own food. That is bitter leaf. Bitter leaf is good for our system. Sugar is dangerous. It was the love of sugar that made the white people come to take us as slaves. Love of sugar, sugar, sugar. Sugar is killing everybody today. We should be careful of this sugar thing. That's what Dangote is doing today. We don't want it anymore. We're saying, please, sir, can you just change and do the needful? You know what to do. Like, is this a marketing strategy? Is it foundation a marketing strategy? Or you really mean well? If it is so, Baba, if you mean well, then do the right thing. That's what we are saying here. We don't mean anything bad. We're not ungrateful. It's your money, but the money belongs to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, so it belongs to all of us. I want to say
Um.
something. I wanted to throw something. Sorry if you have something to say before.
Yes.
There's something very
Yes.
striking
I
here.
don't know if we are still on the Guardian, but there's something I just want to point out here.
Yes, I'm
A
still on
big
that.
story that says Hajj fare hike.
No, that
Kano.
was where I was coming from. That
Oh.
princess, oh, I
Okay.
thought you would. I wanted to throw it to you. No, let's see. I want to leave this with you because here now, I want to because I wanted Tiger who will be brave to talk about it. Tiger is not here, so I'm going to leave it with them in a Abuja. In
Okay.
this difficult time, we don't have food to eat.
Yeah. The only
The
thing they
Kano
can
state government,
subsidize.
you see, is subsidizing movement to go and pray. I don't understand this. In fact, this is my confusion. We don't have food to eat in Nigeria, but we are having money to subsidize food to go and pray. And now that you're going to pray, you will not learn how to make food there because people there, they didn't wait to pray. It's not the same Saudi that we have Dubai, which is now like heaven. Did they pray? Is it prayer? Is it by prayer? But our people will go there to pray. Now, the governor of Kano State, he has not looked at the young people who are not uneducated, who are out of school.
On
The
the
highest
street.
number of out of school is in Kano State.
The Almajiris, if you go to Kano, if you sit in a roadside restaurant, once you raise your hand up to it, and like 10 or 20 eyes of Almajiris will raise with you. Once you dip down, they come down. If you
Abi,
raise, they go up.
they follow you.
Yes.
And
This
it's
is
not
the
it's not
same
addressing
way.
that. It's paying those who, you see, that is, God bless you. I thought you guys would be angry with me that I've started religion again. But you see how much religion has damaged us as a people. See how much religion has damaged our system. It's not eating into our DNA. And do what I'm saying now? A lot of people are angry. It's not only that we're going to look at the Christians, but today let's look at what the Muslims are doing to themselves. They are young children who cannot go to school. They are not the one kidnapping some of us. The kidnap we are talking about is coming from people who were left behind. And let me tell you this story. I was talking to somebody in the UK. I want you guys to follow this. That the UK government has done well, giving some people food who didn't have job. You know what the young lady said to me? He said that is the highest insult to black people in the United Kingdom. Because when you're not working, they give you some money to feed. Keep you in permanent poverty. Instead of getting up to go and work now, you are comfortable in that small place they put you. You understand? And that is now they didn't even put us there, but that is the mentality you use to get out of poverty. If you want your child to go and be successful and be among those, look at the people that are in the prime minister. They went to Cambridge or Oxford. They didn't go to government schools here. Let me just review that. If you look at our prime ministers today in the United Kingdom, look at the university they attended. Either Cambridge, Oxford. They don't go to normal universities. That is United Kingdom here. So if you want your child to be dining with them, that's where you send your child to. You see, and if you're gonna stay on income support, your child will never go to that kind of school. So you are permanently in poverty. Translate this home. Feeding people, Dangote feeding people, giving them sugar. This one, in fact, if the governor of Kano State has even given sugar like Dangote for better, he said,
Na right to the chair, na right so.
oh, how do we do this? Who did this to us, princess? Let's hear from these two women. These two princesses, two of them must tell us what we need to do next.
It's not gonna be like a war.
We are in mental slavery. That's what we are. We are still the black people. We are still having mental slavery. Before they come and pack us in ships, arrange us like goods. But this time we even pay, and they make money from us when we still struggle to go there. We still go there, and when we go there, we agree and we settle for the least. Anything can go. You see a graduate here, good position, he goes there and he starts picking bottles in one big company. Then when he comes online, he wears a big shirt, winter jacket like this. Daddy K, I've not seen your winter jacket. He wears this big jacket.
If we talk about Jakpa, una go cry, because today, if I open the story of Jakpa, if we talk about what Jakpa is,
No,
you will be
Daddy K, what I'm
grateful
talking
that
about.
you are home. Most of us here will not get home. Oh. Most of us will not even get back home in this dispensation. We will say, okay, we don't go reach house. Not because this is the reality we face. You know, sir.
Daddy K, you ask us question. Not be Jakpa, na question you ask. Jakpa is the reason why all these things are happening is because we still have mental slavery. We still feel we are inferior. We still feel the grass is greener on the other side. So now we go there. Somebody left Nigeria and went to Canada, and he told me, he was like, you have 2 children already. Quick, come. They will pay you money. They'll pay your children money. He said, do you know how much I pay my daughter? I was like, you're crazy, boy. So after a while, the money, I don't know how it happened to him. Nobody tell him, hey, go find work. He started going to a company. I won't call him a company. And another guy that was doing really big. My players were supposed to go to Canada for a tournament. And I was like, please, could you just help me pick up their invitation letter? Instead of having to go through the struggle of having them mail it down and I'll go and find mail. Just help me pick up the invite and register them since you know these boys. And that was the end of it. I didn't hear from him again. He stopped picking my calls. He stopped answering my messages. It was not until a few years later I realized that he was working in a company and he was picking bottles. After a while, he now grew up from picking bottles to start controlling the people that are picking bottles. So this other guy that was begging me to come over, as in, it's a better life, they are paying, he's not even working, they are paying his child money and he's using it. This one now started looking for a job. And so one of the person they told here was the one that now leaked the secret, that one has grown now. He's now controlling people that are picking bottles. So he has now helped this other guy to get a job, to pick bottles. And they are now back wearing winter jacket on Facebook and everywhere. So it's all in our mentality. This is a person that has a prestigious job before leaving this place. Getting there, you are hustling to pick bottles. It is not just about the money. It's about your pride. It's about your integrity. It's about what you have, as in yourself. You don't feel like what you have is good anymore. So at the end of the day, when you go there, you've sold your father's house. Your central villages, you've sold all your land. You have nothing. And you are there and you realize that it's not the way you think. Now you can't come back. You can't go. You have learned the hard way. But you cannot, if only you just open your mouth and start telling people that where you are is good. We on this side, we will start, our brain will start recalibrating, But they will just prefer to just lock up and wear winter jacket. Long and short, the black man is still under mental slavery. We don't feel like what we have and what we have is good enough. That's why we all still so that we
And
understand.
I want to say this. When we say this, let's put it in the context of what is going on. Religion, right? The Arab were the first to take Africans as slaves. Before the white people came, it was these Arab people that came to take us as slaves, number one, first. So that they did their own, then the Europeans came. And today we still slave to these two people, these two set of this Arab and the European, we still slave to them because they've infiltrated us and their culture is what we have now. If I speak, I'm speaking English. If I don't speak good English, I'm a stupid man. You understand? If I don't do Allah, I'm not a good. If I don't even pray to Jesus, I'm not a good person. Let's go. It's a shame. I don't know how that is going to change. It's a difficult issue to address. And now that we talk about this, a lot of people are saying that if they're ready to stone us. If we do this in their area, probably stone us. Who are you to dare say this? But the bottom line is somebody has really taken our pride, our life, our culture, everything about us has been replaced by something new, something alien to us.
Religion, these two major religion or whatever religion, I really don't I don't have an issue with them. You have your choice to do or not to do. But my point is this: before this religion came, we had our culture, our own tradition, and we had our own traditional religion too. We had our own, and there's a difference between religion and the culture. So if you are bringing your religion, don't take away my culture. My culture is my identity. Don't take it away. You understand? Like now, the Benin people, there's a way we dress. There's a way we do things. When you go to somebody's house, there's a way you do. There's a way you greet. Don't take that away from me because you are giving me religion. That's what I'm saying. We need to know that there's a fine line between religion and our customs, our cultures. You understand? Like I had already given birth before I understood what my mom used to tell me then. She would say, among many of the things, she would say, don't stand by the door when it is raining. Spirit used to pass. I'll be like, why can't I stand there? The spirit go pass. It was when I had grown up. I'd grown up and I was standing by the door. It was a rainy day and I just moved away because somehow it has now been wired into my mind that don't stand by the door. But I don't think spirit will pass, but let me not just stand there. So as soon as I moved, lightning passed exactly where I was standing and hit an electrical socket. I was like, oh, that is what they were trying to teach us, that don't stand by the door because of this kind of things that will happen. But yes, the best way they can explain it to you is, as a child growing up, his spirit will pass and all those things. So don't there are these little things that we have in our culture, our custom, that keeps us in check. They might not be able to explain it, but it just keeps us in check. Don't take that away from us. Bring religion, fine. I'm a pastor, yeah, but there should be a fine line. Don't say because you want to get married, we have our traditional, our ways. Don't say you want to get married and now you're a Christian and so you don't need your family traditional rights. Oh no, you don't need that. I'll just go to the church and I'll just get married and I'm fine. That is wrong. Don't take our custom away from us. Don't take the fact that this family has to meet this family and that is marriage. So that's what it is. We need to appreciate what we have. Don't take it away from us. And we need not to lose it. We shouldn't lose it. Like this food they're sharing now, it's almost the same thing as when international bodies comes and just gives us aid. These people are not for that Christmas. When they give you something, they take something. So we should be alert. We should be African people, Black people, we have sense. We are not just using it for the right things. We should be alert to know that, okay, you are giving us this. Speak English. What do you want? Tell us what you want. If we can give you, we give you. If we cannot give you, we should be able to say, take your aid away. Come to a compromise where we can take your aid and what you take from us is something that we can give you, and we should protect ourselves. we should protect our culture. We should pass it down to our children that you don't dress this way. African people, we don't walk naked like that. We don't do like that. We should tell our children, this is our custom. This is your language. This is who you are. Yes, English is everywhere, but
Princess,
it's also our responsibility.
God will bless you, my daughter. What you said today, I don't expect this to come from somebody in Nigeria. I'm going to let you, sorry, my daughter, I will let you say this, but I'm just going to chip in this before you let you guys come in. You know, when they took the slaves, you know the first thing they do? They take your name from you. Have you seen people in America? They are answering the names of their slave master. Let us know that one. So even we today in Nigeria, we now answering names of slave masters. They didn't take us away. That's mental slavery. Now, that is on one hand. But what is really shocking in all this is the amount, is how we've enslaved. We allow everything that is our own to be bastardized. Before these people came, we knew God. In my language, it's called Ogene, God. We knew God. It was not the Bible that introduced God to the Yoruba man. It was not the Bible, not the Quran that introduced God to Yoruba man. We knew God. It's an insult because the thing is already in my language. Ogene was already talked about before the Bible came, but we're not going to go into that now. We accept that. But the problem we have now is everything that we have is rubbish. Even the government of Nigeria today, if I come to Nigeria and I do something, it's the white man that have the white skin that is better than me. I've been in Nigeria with 2 white boys that work for me. When I go there, they go say, that's your oga. I said, don't want my oga. I said, okay. Because they carry white skin. So we have a problem. And it is going to be left for us to pass this beautiful culture to our children. You talk about marriage. Let me say this before I stop. Till today, in the West, if a Muslim have 4 wives, it's their culture, it's accepted. I know say these women are plenty here and I will kill me. But if a Muslim have 4 wives, if have 4 wives, it's accepted. But if a black man, a Nigerian have 4 wives, from the Christian side, it's evil. They go turn her to death. Because it's our culture to have more than 1 wife. In fact, this whole thing you people are doing, I don't know where they are, but let me keep quiet. Let me rest my case.
You be like that one day, the way you just talk, you're saying it like, this thing, I have it in mind.
It's like I've been disenfranchised.
Yes, now. No, but no, the thing is that if it's my own culture, it's not understood. If it's the Arab culture, it's understood. Because the Arab man has been able to stand. Let me tell you one thing. One minute you're talking about our girls. Do you know it's only black girls in the UK that goes naked on the street like the white people? The Arab will wear their hijab. In the UK, whether they are here or not, they will wear their hijab. But go and see our girls going to school, they are naked. Is that our culture? God will help us. So maybe we'll take one break, come back. Beautiful princess, because this one too hot. Can we go on the break, princess? Let's do that and come back shortly.
Ooh la la! The second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of arts and culture, entertainment, business and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262-274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5. OAY. Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at everbright.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com
or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.
Come and experience a nation's culture that resides in the heart and in the soul of its people.
Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Wake Up Nigeria from SRTV. We are complete here. Just in case you're joining us, this is Daddy Chris from London, Princess from Edo, another princess. We have the princesses here, the princess from Delta, and these two beautiful women in Abuja. This is how we do it. Here we review, we actually take a look at what is happening in Nigerian dailies. That's what we're doing now, and that is what we are. Today, there's something we're just taking a look at only Guardian, and Guardian has covered everything we really want to see today. But there's one important thing here. The Ohanese are crying for another state, right? Because the Igbos, they seem to have how many states? Only 4 states. How many states do you have? Who is an Igbo person here? No, we don't have any of the Igbo ladies here. But we have the Anambra, Imo, Ebonyi, Abia, and is that all? Enugu.
Imo states, these 5, sir.
Yeah. So, and
they have 5 states.
Yes, they're suing the federal government for the 6th one. And that's a good case. But the problem is Nigeria, the only time we've been able to have a state. In fact, the only state that has been constitutionally created in the history of Nigeria has been the Bende state, Midwest. Since then, it's only military that has had the power or had the courage to break the states. So states are something that you don't create anyhow. But why is it that difficult? I know it's a deep political issue that we want to have somebody to discuss with us soon. You understand? Why because some people in the country are not part of this country. I would say that my people, the Yoruba people, we are 5th in population. We don't even have a state. We have the 5th in population in Nigeria is the Yoruba people, 5. We don't have one state. The only state they gave to us, they put the capital in Anambra State, Asaba. It's Anambra State. You understand? And sometimes when I talk about it, they say, I'm talking, no, but this is an issue. And yeah, the Igbo, it's good that the Igbo, I said to them, you see, you guys took our state. Because Delta State is not Anyama State. In fact, people in Asaba area were asking for Anyama. That is the kind of agitation people need to fight for in the country. But there is no constitutional provision for you to go through the house and get to 10 majority to create a state and get the president appendix. No, it go hard. How do we address that kind of issue in a democratic setting like us? Maybe we can leave that for another day. But I agree with the Igbos, and they want more states, so be it. I'm looking forward to it.
If they divide the states, if they give them, other people will come up. Nigeria has many languages, many set of people, many ideologies grouped together. Yes. So if you give them now, and somebody comes and measures the landmass that new state is, and he can come up and say, I think we too, we deserve it.
Yes, I will personally come out and say Benue is very big. We deserve it.
Thank you. Everybody will start to scatter Nigeria.
No, but on a good day, you see, what is beautiful is I'm even crying for the United States of Africa, not even Nigeria. I believe the whole of Africa should be one state, using one currency, one military. So at least we can defend ourselves from external forces. That would have been nice. But for some people not to be represented is a danger, because it's like we are living in we don't have a say. So I think Nigeria can be divided more. That's not going to break. It's not going to cost us. It can be divided more, but we should all belong. In fact, if I have the power, there will be no Togo. There will be no this. We will all belong to one country called the United States of Africa. In fact, if you see the GDP of the whole of Africa put together, maybe Texas alone is bigger than us. Only one state in America. So we don't need these multiple countries that we have now, or the multiple, but they can be broken into states so that everybody will be happy within the same union. Well, that would be a discussion. The Igbos are crying for their own. I did see somebody, people say we should not cry, but not if I have my chance, I'll be crying for a state for my own.
Sir, I don't understand the Igbo. Ohanese as a body. I'm having network issues. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm trying to roll my network.
We can hear you now.
I don't know if you guys can hear me.
We can hear you now.
Okay, I think Ohanese as a body, I tend to say, I'm sorry to say, but I used to see Ohanese as a confused people. because most time things Ohanese they are supposed to be fighting for. You will see things, a lot of things going wrong in the east. They won't come out to say a word. First, you say, okay, it was some individual IPOP saying crying for a state or a nation, and now Ohanese is coming back to create its own. I remember then Ohanese they used to disassociate themselves from the IPOP. I've seen the news, I've seen their president saying that they are not with them. And now you're coming to say this one. And sometimes, Ohanese then we used to see them then in Lagos when the Igbos will be having issues with the Yoruba, and Ohanese will be taking side with the Yorubas. Ohanese are the kind set of people, the body I see, that they want to stay where something that will benefit them, not actually for the interest of the Igbo people.
Princess, you
All know
can see
what is
that.
going on.
Yes.
A lot of times we have issues. As we speak now, there are critical issues in the east. They are supposed to be looking at critical issues. And this you I know as a people they have, sorry, oh, my network is very bad.
Yes,
Why
I can see.
I know as a people they have, their right to whatever they want to.
Princess, they don't want you to finish that statement. Well, uh, I think this is what we do here. We express it. We say it as we see it. No disrespect. And in fact, my own people, I will compare Ohanese to the Robo Progress Union, where every nation in the country have their own union. And the big body, the so-called big body, they always want to play along with the government. They always want to be good. To be on the good book of government. I'm surprised that they want to sue government this time. Ohanese we only fight. Let us go see what we do, what we can get from the government. That's what they do. Understand? In terms of actually fighting for the interest of the people, I've never seen it. But I'm happy to say that in
And
the
this is
East
another attempt, sir. This is another attempt also to get something from the government, not for the interest of the
of the
people.
people,
That is my opinion.
I will not be surprised. I will not be surprised. But like we said, hey, Ghana is a free country. Fight for it. And I see it's like Nigeria is something we're dragging our own out of it. And I said to myself, if this country is going to survive, we're going to learn to live together with one another. And that is what we're doing. We've done well as a people. Once there is economic prosperity, everybody wants to associate with Nigeria. That is the thing we're saying to the presidency. If you want to keep us in one, say federal government you want to control everything, then let there be economic prosperity so that we all can be proud. Because I don't want to be associated with failure. I want see everybody. I want to take you quickly back. The reason Nigerians are crying, going through the desert to come to Europe is because they have food to eat. They have food. Not that there's one prosperity here. They have food. They have some certain level of comfort. In fact, in denial, like Princess said, we wear jackets. Look at this suit now. And if you look at where you go, see, say, you don't want to wear them. I always say to people that if you look at the cars we drive in Europe, it's never new. And if we buy new cars, it's on mortgage. We don't pay once. It's higher purchase. That's the language for cars. You pay every month, you begin to pay for the car. So you can buy a car today. That I have a new car in London doesn't mean that I have paid for it. Unlike Nigeria, where you go pay for it once. Then secondly, house. We pay for our house for 25 years. If I have money now, I will take a mortgage. And I will be paying for 25 years. So what you see here is not not all that glitters is gold, but you people see is greener here. I'm tired of talking. Sell your papa house, sell your mama house, confess them. You'll be here cleaning old people's ass. And there's a lady that is with me. She went one day and I said, "What is your job today?" They said they go do massage for some old people. I said, "You not do massage for your husband and your own." Oh God. Okay, this is what we see. A man is happy to drop his banking job and become a cleaner in London. He's sick. And I don't understand this at all. And the bottom line is most of us will not even get back home. Now to go back, to go with the talk of my place, to go to Lagos, not hard, now to come back from Lagos might be the problem. You know, make people go Lagos and not come back home. Then we don't talk of London. How you want to go home? By the time you go home, you are now a visitor in your own village. They don't know me anymore in my village. Oh. Many people don't know me. So if I go home now, I'm like a stranger, I go, hey, who are these people? They begin to teach me how to do things. I beg. Nigeria, no problem. Let's embrace what is our people. And I think that is a very important thing to take home from today's topic. And why beside this is, I'm not saying to you, don't practice your Islam. Don't
So
practice
can
your
I say something?
yes, ma'am.
I, for one, in as much as we're clamoring for, we staying back home, there's freedom here. Of course, I've been to the UK. I understand what it is, when you are not in your country, when you are out of your country. And of course, it's not the same when, of course, when you are in your country, in your terrain. It's actually different. And there are times you don't have the freedom, to go the places you want to go, to do the things you want to do. But I want us to clarify something on before we wrap up the show, and this is a personal opinion.
Okay.
Let's not make it sound on this show that everybody that goes abroad cleans asses or pick bottles or sweep the streets or work in the restaurants. Yes, we still have professors, they are lecturers, we have doctors, we have lawyers that are doing well also over there. In as much as we're clamoring that we should stay back home or we should come back home, build our own, we have the heritage we need to keep up with, or our pride and all that. I think also there are people, also our people there that are doing well. I have seen them, not like somebody told me. I know a lot of people also that are doing well. And even in Nigeria, we have graduates as well. In as much as we have people doing well here in the country, we have graduates as well that are doing keke business, that are doing cleaning job. The person I took to, do our fence at the village is a graduate. But he told me that, hey, I didn't get a job on time, and I really love this woman. I needed to get married to her. I had to start doing something. Funny enough, I think I'm okay. I don't have strength to go carry certificates and be walking around. If the job comes, fine. But for now, I get my daily money from here, and I have energy to work because you pay them by the number of block they've been able to set up by the end of the day, or they were able to set up. And so he told me that he's doing well and he's fine. So sometimes also, let's not forget that even in our own country, we are slaves as well. Even in our own country, we don't have freedom. Sometimes you go to the north, you're stoned for wearing a particular dress. You are not able to speak anyhow. You are not able to say some things. We saw the case of Deborah just because of what she dropped on her group chat. She was stoned to death in broad daylight. People were actually looking and nobody came to her rescue. And so, in as much as we want a Nigeria to be a better place, or we want to stay here, or we need to uphold our pride, let's not keep painting that we go abroad to do. We also have good people, Nigerians, Africans abroad, that are actually, making us proud over there as well. I covered the Nigerian Week London last year, and of course the red carpet, you could see professors, you could see doctors on the red carpet. We had a lot of them that when you see them, in fact, you will be very happy that you are in Nigeria. It doesn't mean that they don't face one or two challenges over there as well. And my point is, it is high time too we applaud our people that are also, making us proud over there, not just saying that it's only the odd jobs we're taking. That is the point I want to make. And that even in our country also, we are slaves here. There are a lot of things that are going wrong. You cannot speak, you cannot talk. There are states you go to in this country, you don't have the freedom of speech. I'm a living witness. I've been in the north for over a decade. You don't have freedom of speech. You cannot dress anyhow, you cannot speak anyhow. You will be attacked. I have seen, I have witnessed it. So it's not everything. In as much as we want people to be here, we don't want to go. Let's build it here. Let's be here. Let's stay here. I just want us to clarify that fact because I've been here and I've been there also.
Yes. Princess, I agree with you completely. Since I live here, I mean, I know there are so many Nigerians who are doing well. Most of our lecturers they are Nigerians. I can tell you. See, you go to universities here, you see Nigerians. In fact, the NHS, the UK NHS, you see a lot of Nigerians. But the point is this, Princess. These people, would have been better off in Nigeria. Quote me. They would have been better off in Nigeria if they had stayed. Princess, I remember I was with you in a church, and a lawyer was telling you that he doesn't even care about the food. He can survive. That his only problem is insecurity. He wants to come back home. And it is wrong to leave this show telling people that it is better here. That is a big mistake. It's actually better at home. I know it's hard though to believe. It's better at home. But once you don't cross the river Rubicon, then they look back. Oh, you have to finish the journey. That is what you see most of us facing. Why would somebody? I agree that some of us, you know what the government of UK does? They give you highly skilled migrant visa, meaning if you have a master's degree and you have been working and you earn a particular amount of money, they will give you visa to come and reside in the UK because they know you're going to contribute to society. It doesn't mean you are a waste. Of course, Nigeria don't know how to use us. That's why the medical doctor will definitely come and live a better life here. But it's on the short run. On the long run, it's nowhere. I'm happy for those who can send their children abroad, pay big school fees. That child may not even come back home. Princess, can you people project what will happen to us in the next 20 years? That is how white people think. This journey I'm embarking on now, what's going to happen to my children in 20 years' time? We have a lot of disoriented people. They don't know whether they are Africans. They don't know whether they are Europeans. They don't know whether they are Americans. That's why they call American, African, European. No. Now, in Britain, they still call us black people. We are not telling them, no, we are British, we are African Europeans. Black people is a bad language to use. Anyway, that will be a topic for another day. It is still, when you think we are in a new man's land, with all the nice suit I wore this morning, your life is different than when you are at home, in your homeland. I'll be dragging shifter's title now, not wearing tie. Look at when I see some people in fact, there's nothing to compare. Home is home. Of course, out of difficulties, the Bible still made it clear. The Bible said there's a place called there. I like that word. So God said, live here, go there, live here, go there. It's a God thing. But it was for safety and necessity. That was why God said that. On a good day, there should be no need to go there. You can come here, do business and go home. You can come here, do training and go home. You can exchange things, not to permanently stay here. It is not a practice. In fact, what I even say is the knowledge you have here can be better put to use at home. I know the government, you're going to blame the government, but if you do the right thing, if you put the knowledge at home, you'll be a lot. But here, you still remain a black man. That's where I will end my submission on that matter. I know it's a long one, and it is a very difficult one. And I don't want to argue that anymore. I agree that it is easier here. But if you look at even those of, I said something to somebody. He said they have lights here. And I look at this guy. He goes to work from Monday to Monday. And I said, do you even use the light? Because I hardly see you at home. Do you even use the light? So what we're talking about, on a good day, the money you are earning, you are a poor man in England. You might be talking to people in Nigeria as if you are a rich person, but here you are a poor man. The question is, how long are you going to live this poor life? To please who? Who are you impressing? If I'm at home now, I'll be a chief. And you think a chief is a bad thing? No, a chief is a good thing. I mean, I hear they can't give me chieftaincy title. If it's too much now, princess, I go play tech come because I'll be small picking. 50-something years old, I go play tech. You think that don't leave matter for another day.
Play tech, I like her.
I'll play it and come back. Anyway, that is a good place to look at the show. We only have the opportunity to look at the Guardian today. Before we end this show, let us take a look at sport, please. We have a problem. The Green Eagles, they lost yesterday to Mali. This guy, Anthony just said we are better off. And now I know the clamor for a coach, a foreign coach will start. This is still something I'm talking about. So all the coaches in Nigeria, if we lose one, if now we're not going to lose two, we should keep the ones we have, build on it. Because for us to lose a match, it's a match we lost. We'll go back and play again. It's 11 men on the pitch. Somebody have to win. You understand? And now I will tell you, because of this, Eguavon is on the journey to. I saw what you sent to me now, Princess Edo. Eguavon is on a trip to Germany to go and learn how to do what? Is he learning how to the ball now that they kick him? He never learn how these things. Where do you want to go learn for Germany?
Who
Africa
dey
no go
kick
get
ball,
the
who
whole
dey manage
side.
different oh. Coach
Huh?
and manager, player and manager different oh. Player,
Okay.
coach, manager na different thing oh.
So
You fit
waiting
you go
manager.
get skill, you go get better manager, you no get better coach, you equal to zero. So let them go and develop themselves so that they go fit
So
manage
where
the
is the
players
development
well.
coming from here? But the development come from the West. When is Africa going to
Ah,
have a knowledge that we can tap on? Must we always learn from the West? Can't we build on what
no,
we have and begin to sell it?
na the case that one that is going for is only 25 countries in the world.
That
It's
will,
not a very big, it's a technical thing. I think it's the first time the FIFA is doing it. And it's just 25 countries or so that are attending.
I agree, but what I'm saying is, why can't we, as a people, begin to export? You see, this knowledge, 1+1 is 2 everywhere in the world. There's nowhere 1+1 is 10. The same thing they teach you in Nigeria is what they teach me here. The same law. I'm doing law now. The same law. It's just that even the law is more applicable to Nigeria. Being when he study law for English law, they will say now better pass the one when he even study for Nigeria. Because where he's carrying a British certificate. That's what Robotoka. Worry. You know, good. No, I hear what Princess tried to tell us. It's true that we enslave ourselves. I talk about that because we enjoy slave trade. Because what is going on in Nigeria today, I call it slave trade. We are slave to our own people. So being a slave to others become a good thing. But that's not to say here is better. This is exactly what I'm saying. Because our people have enslaved us. If you watch out, look at history. Because there was slavery already going on in Africa. When these people came, it was easy for us to sell ourselves to them. Some of them forced us to take, but truly we sold ourselves to the white people. And it's exactly what is going on now. If a boy that studied medicine cannot get good job, cannot be treated well in his own country, he find comfort in another land. This is now self-slavery. And on a good day, from Princess analysis is better because the self-slavery is better than the slave at home. That is exactly what Princess has taught us today. That self-slavery abroad is better than being a slave at home. But a slave is always a slave. The question is it better to be a slave at home or be a slave in London? That's a debate for another day. That's a good place to have the show. And I would like Princess, you guys could close it. I know you
Yeah,
have
yes,
something.
sir. We confirm. Sorry, Princess. Before you go, we confirm. I just confirmed the names and their picture. Uh, Eight wanted as regarding to the killings in Okwama, sir.
Yes.
And so the military released their picture
If
pic
I can
right
get that, I
now.
would have said it before we leave the
Uh,
show.
it's
Yeah,
been sent
exactly.
to me from one of the security heads here, confirming that they are in a meeting right now, and he just forwarded this to me that they are in a meeting, and this is what this military, the Nigerian military, is insisting on these 8 people here in connection to the killings of the soldiers that were laid to rest yesterday.
Well, and Allah the King is among the list. Is that correct?
Yes, a king, but the names, but I forwarded to you, sir. But the names I'm seeing here, I've not seen any HRH here or HRM here. It's just uh here. But I forwarded the picture to you as well.
Okay. Yes.
And
Yes.
he's actually chatting me right now. Said they're in a crucial meeting, and the military, they're insisting that these people should be, uncovered no matter what, that they know concern the killing of these military people. And there's a woman here, and it's so worrisome seeing one old woman here as well, Igoli Abi. she's among these 8 people. Well, we see how that unfold as time goes on. But that's the message I want to pass across to the youth.
Uh, that's not good. Well, it is. The network is not friendly today, but we've done what we need to do. But let me just share the images of those who have been declared wanted. These are the people declared wanted. What we're saying is, if you know these people, if you're sure these are the people that are responsible for this, then let the innocent ones go back home. The innocent ones are part and parcel of Nigeria. They are Nigerian citizens. They are not criminals. They cannot be held accountable for what other people have done, and that is what we've been saying. These are the people published. If we have more, we will share with you. Ah, well, I think that is a good place to say. Let us. Thank you very much for that wonderful update. We'll keep working. And Edo, please keep us updated with what is going on with the governorship race. And Abuja, what gonna they tell us what we can they do? We go just give una to am, make him kuku marry. Because if he's not taking care of you guys, we're gonna give him plenty wives there. Well, that is a good place to end the show, my people. I love you guys, and until tomorrow, where we'll be here again to do what we do best. Please, Princess, if you can just tell us how to stay out of trouble, Princess have a way of ending it and ending it better than every one of us. Thank you, Princess.
Thank you so much all for being on the show. Thanks to Edo, Abuja, and of course London. And thank you viewers for being on the show today. Do what to follow us on our social media handles. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. Hit on the notification bell. Leave us with your comments. We'd love to hear from you. And while you are out there, please stay out of trouble. Drive carefully. And now the road safety will always tell you that your life matters and even the lives of others matters as well. So you need to drive carefully, obey the traffic law, know that where you're rushing to, it won't take the difference of 10 minutes and you will be there. So think about yourself while you drive and think about others because speed actually kills. And while you're out there, a lot of people are going through a lot as well. Everybody it's crying, it's the economy situation. Please do well to be your brother's keeper. You don't need to go far from your area. Just look around. There must be somebody that really needs help. Try and reach out to somebody today. Put a smile on the face of somebody today. And of course, know that no matter what, keep hope alive. It's going to be better tomorrow. Whatever you do, don't forget that peace is priceless. So let's always give peace a chance. We see you again, hopefully, on the show tomorrow.
And before we just run away, Princess Edo, can you tell us about your Talent Expo and the Talent Hunt, the awards? What is going on? Because
Yes,
we need to hear from you. Yes.
yes, we have the talent hunt, which is a part of the SRTV Talent Expo 2024. Edo proudly is hosting. Thank you, SRTV. And the auditions for the talent hunt are stated for April 26th to 27th. And the main event for the Talent Awards is for the second Saturday of May. Now, nominations are going on already for the Talent Awards, just as registrations is also doing is on for the Talent Hunt. So you could find more information on our social media handles and especially SRTV on Instagram, SRTV Most Talented Edo. Information is there strictly on the talent hunt and
Well,
awards.
thank you so much. And Blessing, tell us about the logistics. We have a lot of products and services right there in Abuja, right? What is going on with the logistics side, the real estate? What do you have for us?
At the Abuja office, we are working on the Airbnb. We're setting up the place. It will be ready soon. Painting is on. Everything is going on well. And logistics is moving on well as well.
All right, so that is a good place. So we have the logistics, we have the real estate. So we end the show with the real estate. Thank you very much. Young ladies, have a beautiful day. All right.
Thank
God bless you all.
Are you tired of endless search for the perfect property? Look no further. Let SRTV Real Estate be your trusted partner in the journey to finding your dream home.
We can offer you a dream home in a serene environment and beautiful ambience, surrounded with modern nature. That's definitely what you crave for. Well, you asked for it, and here we have it. Why not live the best of your dreams by making do with time, space, and value? The smartest form of real estate investment is that which is done at the initial public offer.
Join the long list of satisfied clients who have chosen SRTV Real Estate for all their property needs. We pride ourselves in turning your dreams into homes.
Act today. Secure your slice of a palace, even on a flexible payment plan, and embark on a journey towards a brighter tomorrow. Your dream is valid, living in a place of fabulous wealth and great opportunities. Don't compromise the standards of living. Explore the world of vast opportunities by investing in SRTV Real Estate today. Superb location, habitable, accessible, attractive, and a secret to every smart investor. For your real estate, SRTV is trusted and reliable.
Contact us today with the number on the screen or
email us at realestate@superiorradioandtelevision.com. SRTV Lodge.
Are you tired?